Now on CoastTV News.
It's almost time to bury the hatchet. Georgetown celebrates Return Day tomorrow. Why this tradition matters.
Trump wins, locals react. What the people of Delmarva have to say about last night's decisive electoral victory.
A major change for Sussex County as 3 new members join the council. What this fresh lineup means for local politics and the issues that matter to you.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
A shakeup for the Sussex County Council. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with how 3 new members could shift priorities in Sussex County. For the 3rd time this year, a Sussex County Council member has been unseated. Sussex County District 3, which governs the Cape region, Democrat Jane Grunenbaum beating Mark Schaefer, who has held the seat since 2020.
Grunenbaum beating Schaefer with 55% of the vote. She ran on a platform of curbing development and change. But it's not just Grunenbaum. She's joined by 2 new council members. And on this story, and joining us live now, is CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson in Georgetown. Brandon, the winners you spoke with had similar ideas despite being from different political parties.
Maddie, each of these members come from each district, District 1, 2, and 3. And I spoke with them earlier, some of them, about their priorities in Sussex County.
The Sussex County Council shakeup. 3 new members have been elected to the County Council: Matt Lloyd, Jane Grunenbaum, and Steve McCarron. Jane Grunenbaum, who will represent District 3, which covers the Cape region, believes people are ready for a change.
People who live here do not like the way things have been going, and it's all related ultimately to this massive overdevelopment, and people are worried for all kinds of reasons.
Steve McCarron, representing District 2, the greater Georgetown area, shares the same sentiment as his fellow new council member.
We need to make sure we're advocating for increased infrastructure, and I really want to work with our state leaders in making sure we can bring that to the 2nd District and Sussex County as a whole.
Both are for voluntary school assessment that some council members have opposed in the past.
And the cost of new school construction is something that shouldn't be just borne by the residents that are already living here.
Get developers to pay their fair share of the costs of their development on the area.
We reached out to Matt Lloyd for an interview but did not hear back. His campaign site lists the economy and affordable housing as 2 big priorities.
In speaking with both of these new council members, they both pointed out one thing when I asked them why they think 3 new members were elected to council.
It was a clear vote for change. There's no other way to look at it.
I know in our district that's a strong voice for change, and I think that's what we've seen.
These new members will be sworn in next year.
This is the first time since 2009 3 new members have been elected to County Council. In Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Now, District 3's last 2 council members have only served 1 term. I.G. Burton lost to now current Councilman Mark Schaefer in 2020. That was in a primary by only 44 votes. Now, Schaefer is a 1-term councilman too. And here's some more change for that seat. Council districts are redistricted by law, and in 2022, it's because each district has to be within 5% of the same population. For 10 years before that, District 3 went west to Ellendale, as far south as Lewis, and now it's all coastal, pretty much running along Route 1 from Milford all the way down to Bethany.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll this evening. We want to know what should Sussex County Council's priority be next year?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen. 93% say controlling development. 3% say funding schools. 1% say handling the property reassessment, and regulating marijuana has 3% as well.
And based on their responses to some of the questions we asked, it's not a huge surprise when you look at that. Now, if you want to vote in this, you can do that at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We'll show you updated results tonight on Coast TV News at 11. At Rehoboth Beach today, emotions split as people reacted to the news of Donald Trump being named the next president, with some saying they're devastated, others saying they are elated.
I just think the choice was so obvious. It was democracy or it's fascism, and democracy lost today.
I am very happy Not surprised at all. I'm glad to see that I believe we're getting back on the right track.
Trump made big election gains this election in male voters and Latino male voters specifically.
This election was full of historic wins on Delmarva, one of them being in the U.S. Senate. Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware and Angela Also Brooks of Maryland, they became the first black women elected to the U.S. Senate from their respective states. Now, up until now, the only other two elected black women in the Senate have been Kamala Harris or Carol Moseley Brown.
And in all those years, there have been more than 2,000 people who have served in the United States Senate, and only 3 have looked like me. And so I want to salute all of those who came before me, who made it possible for me to stand on this stage tonight, whose sacrifices and stories I will continue to carry with me.
Now, Lisa Blunt Rochester won her race by 56%. Also, Brooks beating Larry Hogan by 53%.
DelDOT has announced the right northbound lane of the Indian River Inlet Bridge will be closed for a month. On your screen now, you can see the general area of the closure. This is going to begin November 11th through December 11th. It is for the installation of a sheet pile wall. The work is related to ongoing erosion and inlet repair projects.
Georgetown firefighters are reminding people to respect the ongoing burn ban. Over the last few days, the Georgetown Fire Company and surrounding firefighters say they've had several wood and outside fires. So just a reminder, a few things that are prohibited during this drought: bonfires, controlled burns, fire for land clearing, and fires for demolition. And for more information, you can check out CoastTV.com and search burn ban. We have extensive coverage on this drought. As we speak about the drought, let's check in with Paul as we take a live look into Ocean City. Our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, is here now. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Maddie. And I would love to be able to say the rain is here now, but it's not. And we were hoping for a chance of rain on Thursday, and that's dwindling as we speak. But there's a better chance after we get past the weekend. So that's looking promising, at least. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, 75 degrees right now, will drop to 67 by 9 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Now, we're at 72 in Milton right now and in Seaford, as well as 72 degrees currently in Delmar. So we're a bit warmer than usual. In fact, today we were only 2 degrees shy of matching the record high of 82, which was actually set in 2022. But we're still in the midst of the driest time period ever. We're breaking the records and we're going way beyond it. We're on day 40 as of right now. And if we don't get any rain measurable by tomorrow, Charlie, we're going to go to 41, 42, and then even more till we get to the weekend.
Thank you, Paul. The Milton man is facing charges again for home improvement fraud, this time in Bethany Beach, after a man says he paid over $3,000 for work that did not happen. Christopher Russell, the owner of Great Outdoors Sunrooms and Shade Solutions, he was accused of taking the deposit as part of a $5,800 contract, but failed to then deliver the service. Police say Russell is also under investigation for similar scams across Delaware. On November 1st, Russell turned himself in. He's facing felony charges, including home improvement fraud and theft by false promise.
To Ocean City now, officials on the peninsula say the result of the presidential election could have an impact on offshore wind. With Donald Trump and J.D. Vance winning, and Republicans holding the majority in the Senate and House, trending in that direction as well as the Senate, officials in Fenwick and throughout Worcester County think they're going to have a more sympathetic ear in Washington when it comes to their fight against offshore wind.
And that we'll have an open pathway of communication to the Trump administration, as well as our own Andy Harris, who will also be in a majority, again, have the ear of a Republican president, and that we'll be able to finally break through and get our concerns heard.
Fenwick Island's mayor says she believes the current administration has turned a blind eye to economic and environmental impacts of wind farms. And OC Mayor Rick Meehan, who just won re-election, told us his top priority is fighting wind farms. The on-again, off-again Rehoboth Avenue paving project, that's actually now on, and it started early this morning. This marks the first time the avenue will be paved in nearly 20 years. The city says the project includes milling, paving, restriping, and curb work. This comes after the city had gone back and forth several times onto whether or not to pave the avenue. There were previous delays due to budget issues.
Staying in traffic, Millsboro drivers prepare for some closures. They are 2 overnight closures on Gravel Hill Road on Tuesday, November 12th and Thursday, November 14th. This is a general area for the closure or where it's going to be. This is due to a bridge beam placement, which is for the North Millsboro bypass.
The next phase of safety improvements in Dewey Beach will start next month. According to the town, expect work on Route 1 from December until March. This includes improving and replacing sidewalks, updating and moving signs where necessary, redoing crosswalks, and lowering those yellow beacons that flash at the crosswalks. Well, 2 years after protests paused a plan for a restaurant in Cape Henlopen State Park, environmentalists say the state is now proposing a new bathhouse on the same site. The group Preserve Our Parks says a new bathhouse is needed, and the one they have is too old, not ADA compliant. But the group says it's strongly opposed to tearing down the existing bathhouse and constructing a new building on undisturbed area of the dune. Now, some say the new building would damage the park's ecosystem. A lot of concerns there for them. And we're just getting started this evening.
A Veterans Tribute concert at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center, the extra benefits it provides.
And I'm providing you your evening planner. We're looking for cloud cover to stick around for us. But you know what? Thursday, a passing cold front's going to push through, but will it produce any measurable rainfall? I have an answer in my full forecast coming up in a moment.
But first, Georgetown getting ready for the beloved return day. There's preps right now, and we have one when we're back in just 60 seconds.
Customer satisfaction is our top priority.
Window World does an excellent job. I recommend them to all of my clients.
Window World was different because they actually responded to my phone calls and listened to what I was asking for.
Call Window World today.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
Window World at Delmarva, quality and price that can't be beat. Get a 10-window package for only $121.81 per month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Remember, first to call, first to install.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
An exciting tradition is in store for tomorrow. Part of the festivities for Return Day kick off tonight. You can see the preps right here. It's a cherished event and takes place every 2 years following the big elections. For over 200 years, people return to the county seat to hear the returns of the election read out loud. And there's also a parade where political opponents ride side by side.
In fact, Kirk Lawson is the town crier and the one who's going to read all the results. He says it's a tradition like no other.
The important part is those winners and the losers come together and they bury the hatchet, they shake hands, and they get to work, on Friday to help make things better. That's what we've elected them for.
The parade and other Return Day events, it's a special day in Georgetown and for people all across Delmarva.
And Coast TV is going to have extensive coverage of Return Day, so be sure to join us Thursday for this day of bipartisanship and Delmarva flair. That's tomorrow, November 7th.
And speaking of Return Day, here's a look at your Return Day forecast. We're looking forward to stay a bit on the cloudy side and a high of 77 degrees with winds between 3 to 8 miles per hour.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
Are damaged and outdated showers and tubs hurting your rental property or hotel bookings? Repair and reglaze them for less. Call Hurls Bath Repair for a free estimate.
Tacoma has a dominant legacy as America's favorite small pickup for almost 2 decades. Known for reliability and capability. Now, buy a Tacoma with low 2.99 APR or lease an SR5 for $229 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Fall into planning at Bellaterra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bellaterra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bellaterra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
No strangers here, just friends you haven't met yet. With comfortable outdoor seating and an authentic Irish bar, Irish Eyes in Milton is a local favorite by the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes in Lewis with ample free parking, a gorgeous waterfront patio, extensive menu favorites, and the best happy hour on the water. Book our Lewis room for all of life's celebrations. With a lovely panoramic view, in-house chef, and a professional team to make your next event one to remember. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on Coast TV.
This Thanksgiving season, Delaware Electric Cooperative is giving $10 million back to the people we are proud to power. Members who received electric service from the co-op in 2012 and 2013 will receive a credit on their November bill. As a not-for-profit utility, the credits are a return on the investment members have made in DEC over the years. Our co-op belongs to you, and we're so thankful to power Central and Southern Delaware.
From our co-op family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Warmer than usual weather, that's been our theme for today. And when you accompany that with the drought that we've been dealing with, it just simply makes a bad situation just a little bit worse, unfortunately. Now, for example, we're about 4 degrees warmer than we were just 24 hours ago, 5 degrees warmer, actually, in Ocean City. Now, we're settling into the 70s. Now, to be honest, when you walk outside, it feels great. I mean, from a recreational standpoint, going out jogging and all that kind of stuff, great weather. But if you notice, the leaves fell down dramatically and almost all together at once suddenly because the moisture content in the atmosphere has been so low that those trees are just simply giving up those leaves because the leaves take up a lot of moisture and the tree is trying to self-preserve at this point. Now, as you take a look, we have a trough that's beginning to slide over towards us, and I show you this vantage point because there's just a little bit of rain that's trickling behind it. I don't think that's going to be our sure bet for that rain. Now, as far as the days we've gone without rain, we are on day 40 right now, and I think we're going to clock another day because even that chance of rain we were hoping for Thursday doesn't look too great anymore. Severe drought is what we are dealing with, and we're in the midst of that not only here, but really everywhere. Now, as you go into this month, we're on day 6, exceptionally dry. We haven't had anything. We are supposed to be at, over a half an inch of rain thus far just in November alone. And remember, in October, we had nothing to measure at all. But speaking of those leaves, we are like at peak right now throughout a good portion of the state to near peak. So it's a great picture opportunity, but not a great growing opportunity. Temperature staying in the 60s with cloudy skies for tonight, winds out of the southwest. So for early Thursday morning, we may get a blip of a sprinkle. And that's an iffy blip at that, like about a 20% chance of that. And we may see a passing sprinkle through Lewis by the afternoon hours, but mainly tomorrow is going to be cloudy more than anything else, but not really promising much in the way of rain. Then on Friday, we totally clear out by then. Now, our leaf blowing forecast, since the leaves have really hit the ground, we're looking good for leaf blowing all over the place because it's been so dry, and our chances of rain dwindling down to even as low as 10%. Now, Monday, I think we have a better shot at some rain because look, at 1 o'clock in the morning, we have a chance of rain. By 6 o'clock, we have heavier showers pushing through. Then for the rest of the day, it looks like we're going to be clear. But at least in the morning time on Monday, it looks pretty good. Here's a look at our Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. Return day will stay cloudy. If we catch a sprinkle or two, consider it a gift from the heavens, but not much in the way of rain. Sunshine on Friday. I want you to watch out for Sunday morning. We're going to drop to freezing. We may have a frost or freeze warning again for Sunday morning, which means that if you're a farmer trying to salvage your crops or if you have tender vegetation outside, Sunday morning is going to be a day you need to be very mindful of.
Thank you, Paul. Rehoboth Beach is hosting a musical tribute to our veterans this Sunday. It's at 3 p.m. at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. The event is free, but they are accepting donations, and those benefit a charity providing scholarships to the spouses or children of disabled or fallen veterans.
The city of Rehoboth Beach has created a communication survey. They want to know how people who live there receive and want to receive information from the city. But it's your last chance to fill out this survey, as the city says it's closing it on Friday.
DENREC is hosting a free webinar on November 14th. It's focused on nature-based stormwater management and living shoreline projects. It's going to feature experts from Underwood and Associates who will discuss efforts to restore natural infrastructure and protect waterfronts from climate change. That includes projects in Havre de Grace, Maryland. Registration is open until the webinar starts at 10 a.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
All right, Shore sports fans, stop me if you've heard this one before. The Holloman family reels in another award in field hockey. Maryland sophomore Josie Holloman has been named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. The former Delmar All-American started all 17 games for the Terps this season, scoring 5 goals and 5 assists. Since arriving in College Park, Josie has started all 40 games she's played in. Holloman and the Terrapins take on fellow Delmarva standout Hannah Maney in Iowa coming up this Thursday in the Big Ten tournament. Meanwhile, sister Jordan and mom Jody continue the chase for a 9th consecutive state title for Delmar. The Wildcats topped Sussex Academy earlier this afternoon to advance to the championship. The Seahawks end the year with a 13-4 record. That is tied for the best mark in program history. While Delmar is paying attention to what's happening right now, the clock hasn't struck midnight for Cinderella Lake Forest just yet. The 8th-seeded Spartans knocked out top-ranked Newark Charter in the quarters and face Wilmington Friends for a date with Delmar. Highlights to come tonight at 10:30. Over Sports. We'll see you later on tonight.
Christmas is around the corner. Let Paul Davis check that deck project off your list and get a free fire pit.
We'll bring the showroom to you, take measurements, and give you an estimate that day. Our AZEC composite decking looks amazing, won't fade or rot, and is maintenance-free with a lifetime warranty. From design to permitting and building, we're with you every step of the way.
Take 20% off your deck project, get a free gas fire pit, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call today.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Recliners just $2.99. 2-piece sleeper storage sectionals just $9.99. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
L&W Insurance, your partners in protection since 1932. As one of Delaware's largest independent insurance agencies, we are committed to meeting all of your insurance needs.
Citadel Concepts and L&W have formed a great relationship. We've been trusting them for over 10 years.
At L&W Insurance, we aim to be your trusted business partner. As a local, I care about providing your employees with comprehensive benefits and insurance protection. For all your commercial and personal insurance needs, trust L&W to be your partner in protection.
The race to the top 50 sales drive continues at Preston Ford. Save up to $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Ford Edge. Embrace the future with savings up to $5,000 off MSRP on 2024 Mustang Mach-E's. We have nearly 1,000 new Fords on the lot, all priced to sell fast. But hurry in as the inventory moves fast during our race to the top 50 in the nation. Check out the entire selection at PrestonFord.com. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Sofas, $388. 3-piece sectionals, $999. 5-piece dining sets, $488. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 21st through December 31st. Get tickets at OCOcean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Our Tendo's Casual Furniture camera, we're dropping down to 66 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Our umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, is General Juarez of Seaford. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. It's sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Buckstead, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Man, it's going to be really cold Sunday morning. Farmers, take that and heed that warning, please.
Paul, thank you, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.